all knew the emergency powers will be extended and will be extended to the 9th of February 2022. And again, we all knew it was coming, we all seen it coming. It's unfortunate. I think Labour voted for it again. It's a very low number compared to what it was last time, and there should be more opposition. But the way I see it, and I say it straight for a second, I'll just make a point for a second, that, we're in the situation at the moment. Obviously they're not going to force it. It's a vote. It's been done. The Shannon has passed the two. It's going to be law. Let's be honest. There's nothing that we can do at the present moment. Until probably the 9th of February. We can't do anything until then. Let's put it that way. There's nothing that can be done to stop it from going through now. The only thing I can say, again, they did say it, and we have to hold them to account. And I say to the media, when we couldn't give it, the media's not going to listen anyway. They're all paid for the government shills. But I say to the people who listen to me, remember this, what Stephen Donnelly said, that this will be the last time we have to extend it. Remember what he said, and we have to hold them to account next time. There's the people that have to hold them to account, because the media are not fit for purpose. The government, none of the NGOs or anything are fit for purpose. There's nobody holding anybody to account. Government officials, NGOs, anything, nobody's been held to account. It's up to you and I, the people, to hold them to account, and to raise our godly amount of hell if they say next, when this time from November the 9th, if it comes around, not November the 9th, the 9th of February, we're going to raise hell. We are going to raise hell next in February if they go and say they need to extend it. We have to raise hell. We really, really have, because it's a threat to our democracy. And I just want to say, Stephen Donnelly, he really shouldn't be Minister of Health, coming out saying whoever votes against, they're trying to scare the TDs, trying to scare senators, saying, you're very, what's the word, reckless. Again, it's up to people to decide themselves, up to the TD or whatever the people in their constituency decide. And calling people reckless for just disagreeing with you, again, that's just more or less saying you want to kill people, more or less. That's what Stephen Donnelly's saying. You want to kill people. That's more or less being reckless, trying to kill people. And calling people that, and interrupting people who are asking genuine questions at all level. Anti-mask, anti-this, anti-that, anti-the other, if you ask a sensible question. And again, as Deputy Banker McMahon said, where's the democracy? 2 hours. That 2 hours is debated. Again, this is a legislation that gives them ungodly amount of powers. And again, the Emergency Powers Act of the Irish Free, after the Irish Free State during the Second World War, I'm sure that wasn't even as extensive as this. Taking a mighty amount of powers away from the citizen, and giving it to the Minister for Health and to the state. Again, having almighty amount of powers. And we simply can't let them do this from now on, kicking the can the wall every 3 months, coming along and saying we have to extend it one more time. And the media, we seen OT the other night, down the mixtape, done a great video. I was going to raise Maria Cahill and OT in prime time, more or less begging for another lockdown, begging them, literally begging. I thought she was going to go down on her knees and beg Stephen Donnelly for another lockdown. Jesus Christ. And everybody else. And again, why does people watch this? Again, we have to ask questions why people watch OT. Is it something that this country that we're not being told, or what is the story? But again, I wanted to say this. 82 voted for. 82, so the majority probably Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael. As I say, the Labour Party I think voted. Sinn Féin I think voted against, as far as I know. And that's probably the number, because 32 Sinn Féin TDs. As far as I remember, isn't it 32? It is 32, isn't it? I can't remember off the top of my head, but there's something. It's a big enough number, Sinn Féin TDs. Then obviously the independents. I think the Michael Healy-Way, Danny Healy-Way. Yeah, I say they did. Again, I can't remember the top of my head. I'm trying to take now. But shame on the government, shame on Fianna Fáil, particularly Fianna Fáil. Some of the TDs, they should just get up and leave and just say, enough of Fianna Fáil, have enough of it. I don't want any more this charade going on, and just get up and walk out of the door. And there would be heroes to get elected in the next election as an independent. Because as we know, the majority of Fianna Fáil TDs that are there, they're on the way out. They really are on the way out. They're not going to be there next time. They're not going to be sitting in Dáil anymore. And then we have to say it straight. They're not going to be there. They really are not going to be there. Nobody's going to vote them in. And I say to people, when they come around, because when you see, they're probably using 2024, that we have the COVID's here, we have to abolish the elections. Whoever's in Dáil has to stay in Dáil. Things like that. When you see, that's what they come along as. They won't want people standing up to them. And they won't want people voting them out. But I say to you, when they come around looking, if they do come around looking at that time for your votes, particularly the Green Party, Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, tell them what they did to your rights, tell them what they did to your family, tell them all the fear and all the fear mongering that was spread over the last year. Tell them straight. Or why we never vote them again? Why you never let them darken your door again? Because tell them they're nothing. They really are nothing to this country. They betrayed everything that matters about this country. There's no need for these emergency powers. They're just a power grab. It's just a power grab. It's just all about control. Controlling people. Controlling this. Controlling that. Too much power. As we see now with the COVID cases going up, it's not a conspiracy theory. We have to say it straight. Again, being blacklighted in the media for saying that the COVID pass doesn't work, we all know it doesn't. We all know it doesn't. We can see it. The COVID cases are still going up. The COVID pass, and the COVID pass is doing amazing work. Even though the cases are going up, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And demonising people, and again, the demonisation is off the charts. It's unrecognisable that this is even out. Is this not queer? Are we demonising people for being different nationalities? Because not queer, at least they might have a bit of decency. In this country now, they go, oh, the government are like trying to turn neighbours against neighbours, families against families, daughters against fathers, mothers against sons. This is what they're doing. It's just all about control. It really is all about control and frightening people and terrifying people. And this is the word we have to use straight. There is no need for emergency powers. As people are rightly said in my comments, and I have said before, Denmark literally has no restrictions, even though it hasn't got the vaccination numbers Ireland has. And they have nothing. And they basically have no restrictions at all. Look at Sweden throughout the whole lockdown, had no restrictions at all. And they're still going. But Sweden increased the ICU capacity here. They're just, I don't know what's wrong with them. They just couldn't be bothered. They want to close them down, more or less. They're talking about closing ICUs in Navan. Isn't that just, it's common logic in this country that they're just, the best option is always the brightest. It's like, you would wonder why people lose their minds in this country. You really would wonder why. Imagine trying to process this stupidity and this how much this country hates its people. No, but not this country, but the politicians in this country particularly. The aristocracy in this country, the senior civil servants. The people, and I won't know, this is the kicker. The people who we elect to serve us, they're basically saying to us, no, you can't do this. No, you can't do that. In our own private lives, in our own businesses, they're coming along and saying, no, you can't do that. You can't do this, you can't do that. Is this communist China? Is this the Soviet Union? Or are we going back to 1930s Germany? It's a fair point, because it nearly is, because we have to go around asking people for papers now. Papers. In Ireland in 2021. Not even 100 years after freedom. We're going around asking people for papers. We're going back to the black and tans. Going around asking people for papers too. Because this is what it's turned into. This is what it's turned into. Anyway, take care everybody, and bye.